All right, let's talk about top end speed next. Now, opposite end of the spectrum from explosive plyometric power is top end speed. Now, this has to do with the effectiveness and the efficiency of your running stride. Now, when we talk about obviously the forefoot stroke where we're striking the ground with our foot and driving back off, this is what we want to look at. Now, top end speed reflects two things: your ability to maintain form, so isometrically hold form as you're driving through, and your ability to put force in the ground and recover explosively. Now, what that means is that your form is not just enough to have perfect running form, you also have to be able to put power into the ground effectively. So when we're looking at perfect running form at top end speed, we're standing tall, we're driving the arms powerfully, we're driving the knees, we're striking the ground powerfully. What you don't want to see is a bunch of kickback. We want to hit the ground, drive up. So a few things that really matter are foot strike, so foot, ankle, calf, tibialis strength, hip flexor strength to be able to hit the ground, drive back up effectively, and then internal rotation, so how well we can rotate at the hip. So when I strike the ground and I push through, my torso rotates internally relative to this femur. So I strike and I push through. People that see limitations with that kick and they bring it out and they're all over the place. So if you see someone that's slow and they're heel striking and they're kicking way back and they're all here, you'll see that they're overextended, they're arched, they're driving, it's really slow and sloppy. Two things you could tell are if you're slapping the ground really loud and just hitting the heel and kind of going across as opposed to a quick punch, or if you're hitting the ground and your foot sliding, like you're tearing grass out of the ground, or you're not being explosive because you're kind of hitting and your feet are turning out, you're landing and pronating and collapsing. Those are gonna be two measures that are saying that you're not hitting the ground effectively. Now, it's not just enough to know that, you also have to have the strength. In the same way, if you're boxing and you punch something, you want to be able to have the strength in your wrist, forearm, and grip to be able to hit that and transfer force effectively. Because if you don't, you hit it and your wrist collapses and you're not able to put that force in effectively, you're likely to get injured. That's the same thing with running. You want to think you're punching the ground every step as you drive through. So it's having the form, arm swing, knee drive, sitting up tall, breathing, leaning forward, being aggressive. That's the form. The other part is having the strength. So you can work on the efficiency and your stride mechanics, but once you get to that point, the question is, am I strong enough? You need to be able to do things, working on the feet, your ankles, working on tibialis, your calves, working on your rotation at the hips, working on your extension, driving through the ground with your quads, hamstrings, and glutes. Those things all matter. And now top end speed is something you train by doing that. You can only train top end speed by really getting out there and doing that. You can work on the components in the gym, working on these different pieces, but you can only get the top end speed by really maximizing and getting as fast as you can. So get to a flat space where you can run, you're not worried about falling over or getting hurt. You want something that's grip, that's lightweight, that's gonna help your feet strike. If you got these big shoes with thick heels, you're gonna end up heel striking. So you can work on wearing track spikes or something that's gonna help you grip the ground. You're explosive, you're fast, you're gonna run as quick as you can and give yourself space to slow down because you need to get the top end speed and you can slow down over time. You don't want to put that stress in your body to slow down quickly. You can also do this on a treadmill if you've got a true form runner or something that will allow you to run at maximum pace. The goal is to work on this top end speed, and if you put those pieces together, the quick explosive plyometric start and then transfer to a good form, powerful top end speed, that's a complete runner right there.